So I do quite a lot of writing, lots of manuscripts, lots of grant applications, book chapters, things like that. I also do a lot of editing of other people's work. I don't know if my habits are good habits, but I have habits, and I tend to break down writing into 5 phases. So first of all, I have I guess what's an ideas phase, which is something I used to beat myself up about a lot, but I've come to realise it's an important part of how I work, which is a kind of procrastination where I need to think quite a lot before I commit anything to paper. Thinking about what I'm going to write I can do pretty much anywhere. I find the best places are out running, and the second best place is to go and find a nice quiet pub and have a beer, which I probably shouldn't recommend, but it works for me. So when I've done this, I've kind of sorted the plan in my mind for what I'm going to write. I tend to go over and over and over it, so then when I do actually come to write, it should be a lot more efficient. So now I'd go into, I guess, what I call the consolidation phase, where when I actually read the background material to what I'm going to be writing about. Whether this is a manuscript, a grant, or pretty much anything else, although I'll have some idea of the background literature, I really need to put in the grunt work to understand fully what's out there and make sure I haven't missed anything. So I'll do it pretty much anywhere, at home, on the train. I've got quite a long commute. One of the things I tend to do is download some papers onto a tablet so that even if I can't get a seat, I can stand and read. So I know what I'm writing about. First thing I will always do, if it's something that includes figures, is I'll make the figures. I might make these properly in something like Illustrator right from the off, or I might just sketch them out on a piece of paper. Now I'm actually going to sit down and write something. This can be weeks after I've first started thinking about what I'm going to write, but that prep is important for me. So for me, the important thing at this stage is to have a clear, tidy environment and as few distractions as possible. I find it difficult to do this at work. I might be able to in a quiet room early in the day or late in the day, but mainly I do proper writing at home. I just try and get on with it. So sometimes I find that I have an appalling attention span and I'll write for 10 minutes and get distracted and do something else, but other times I'm in the mood and I can write for quite a long time. The editing phase, I think, is one of the most important parts. So I don't tend to write rough drafts. I tend to write down what I want to write down in the best way that I can, first time off. But this first draft will still need substantial editing, and I find it works really well to come back to it over a period of a few days if you can. Then you come back to it with fresh eyes. I might have done a bit more reading, I might have thought of something that I hadn't done before, and I can just generally incrementally improve it.